Good morning, Charity family. I'm Pastor Andrew, and here is your something to grow on as you start your week. Recently, I was reading 1 Corinthians chapter 12, where the Bible begins talking about spiritual gifts. And it's such an incredible chapter because it basically says that everybody has gifts and that everybody is vital, especially when they are using their gifts. And at the close of that chapter, we find a very interesting verse. Verse 31 of chapter 12 says, "But covet earnestly the best gift." And then he says, "Yet I will show you a more excellent way." From that verse, we flow right into Corinthians 13, which you and I have both come to know has been called the love chapter. And I feel like for us to gain a proper understanding of the gifts of the Spirit, it would almost be better if we were to read 1 Corinthians 13 before we would read 1 Corinthians chapter 12. You see, at the close of chapter 12, we are told that there is a better way that produces a better gift and that we should earnestly seek after that. Really, what I believe verse 31 is saying in chapter 12 is that we are to passionately pursue the most useful gift because there is a better way. And I want to tell you this morning, that better way is the way of love. If you've ever studied the life of Jesus or even the early church apostles, what you will find is that as they were out ministering, everything they did, especially in the life of Jesus, was motivated from a place of love. I love this quote that I came across from William Seymour, who is one of the main catalysts of the modern day Pentecostal movement. This is what he said. He said, "The Pentecostal power, when you sum it all up, is just more of God's love. It is, if it does not bring more of God's love, it is simply counterfeit." What an incredible, profound quote from an incredible man of God. Because I think he understood that as we are out ministering to the lost, to the broken, as we are laying hands on people at our altars, as we are praying for them in our own time, the heart behind why we are praying for them and what we are wanting to see in their life must be motivated by love. I want to give you this simple principle to remember as we get ready to wrap up this something to grow on. Listen to this. When love is your motivation, the Holy Spirit will come in demonstration, and the gifts of God will then be in operation. When we are motivated by God's love, we find ourselves genuinely wanting the best for that person. It's no longer about ego. It's no longer about God, use me. It's much more about God, I love this person, and because I love this person, I'm believing for their healing, I'm believing for their deliverance, I'm believing for their breakthrough, I'm believing that they experience in their life a more excellent way. That is the way of love. And if we want to see the miracles, signs, and wonders return to the church, then we must be a people who are motivated by the love of God and out of a genuine concern for the well-being of those that are coming to our altars, that are walking through our church, that those that we are encountering in the world, in the grocery store, in the pickup line, at our workplaces, on our sports field. Listen, the power of God can be on display anywhere you are at. Wherever you are at, God can show up and touch somebody's life. But I want to tell you this morning that it must be motivated out of love. When your heart is bursting with love for that person, then the Holy Spirit's going to show up, and that gift that He deposited in you is going to begin to be exercised in your life. So I hope you'll take that to heart today. And I would challenge you, do me a favor, read 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and then flip a couple pages back and read chapter 12 and watch the Holy Spirit begin to build this idea of everything we do must be done in love. And as God is building the body through the gifts of the Spirit and utilizing individuals to manifest His power, let that be a sign that God's love is on display. I hope you have an incredible week. This is your something to grow on. Have a great day.